Hey everyone, welcome back to the sunny side. I'm Sunny, and today I'm gonna rank the top most emotional sides of the zodiac. Alright, first things first. If you'd like to help support the channel, I've created a Patreon account, and there's also a PayPal donation button, and I put those in the description box below. Every little bit helps, and I super appreciate the support. Right, next, if you want to skip the blah blah, I put timestamps in the description box below, a description box as well, and feel free to skip ahead to the list, and I'll catch up with you later on in the video. Alright, that's it. Here we go. What's emotional? Alright? It's a good question. This list was kind of tough, and it is highly subjective, and emotions are dynamic, right? So on one side we have happy, and on the other side we have sad. We have the placid guys on one hand, and on the other side we have like the guys who are like, in your face, okay? Right? So it's also not just about being moody, right? If it was moody, the water signs would take this 1, 2, 3 straight up. But once again, emotions are dynamic, and in both astrology and the tarot, it's water on one side, which is receptive, inwardly focused energy, and on the other side we have fire, which is outwardly focused energy. All right? Okay, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Okay? All right, let's see what we have here. Here we go. Straight up. Tie. We have a tie for 5th place. And it's kind of interesting because in the zodiac, these two signs square each other, right? So they definitely don't see eye to eye, but they both have similar ways of reacting. They both can be the top 2 coldest signs of the entire zodiac at times. And when you look at them, it's often difficult to see what's really going on. But underneath it all, these guys are the top 2 passionate signs of the zodiac. And you guys should know this is obvious, 5A and B, Scorpio and Aquarius. Oh yeah, seriously, believe it or not, I know you guys thought I was going to say Aries, but Aries doesn't wear a mask, Aries is in there. Anyways, that should be obvious. Both of these guys have amazing poker faces, and they pride themselves on being cool under pressure. And actually, when it's time to make the tough choices, these guys can be downright cold about it. But it doesn't mean they don't care, and it sure doesn't mean that they aren't affected by their decisions and their actions. The unemotional signs, they just cut bait and leave, They're just gone. But both Scorpio and Aquarius, they can feel the weight of their actions, and again, they're affected by it. But let's look at it another way, okay? What if you make fun of them? Are they gonna cry? Oh yes, they will, but not in front of you. Do Scorpio and Aquarius, do they celebrate victories? Oh yeah, definitely. But they usually do it away from prying eyes, For whatever reason, Scorpio and Aquarius, they're not like shy, but they don't want to... Anyways, whatever, next. Okay. When you get past the stone exterior of these guys, you will see passion raging like you will not find in any of the other signs. Scorpio and Aquarius are super, super, super emotional. But, it's masked. These guys can bury it deep. And it's because of this mask, straight up, because of the mask that Scorpio and Aquarius wear, if you remove the mask on any day of the week, these guys could easily take this list. But they do wear a mask, and it's because of that they slip down to number 5. So number 5, most emotional signs, Scorpio and Aquarius. Alright, that was easy. Okay, next. Next up we have the happy guys. Number 4 on our list is the most optimistic, joyous, gregarious, and always up for a good time sign. They are always there to cheer you up. They're always looking on the bright side, and they always believe that things are going to get better. But that's kind of what optimistic means, right? Okay. Alright. Anyways, these guys can also be one of our most easily frustrated signs. And that's because whether you realize it or not, we all live in a world of control, right? There's control around us at all times. And it's not just on an interpersonal level. Without getting, too soapboxy, let's just say choices are far more limited than the average person might realize. But number 4 on our list can feel these limitations, and it colors every part of everything they do. And that's number 4, Sagittarius. Yeah, seriously, I know, right? Sagittarius never gets upset, Sonny. I know. When things go sideways, they just take off to the next party. Fair enough. But emotions are dynamic, remember? And there's a lot more to it than just happy and sad. If you can feel it, then it's an emotion. And the guys on this list, the list today, they separate themselves from the pack because these guys are driven by emotions. And it's Sagittarius, and Sagittarius has two key emotions that color every part of every single one of their days. The first is joy and giving and happiness. Sagittarius rules the holiday seasons. Christmas and all the other celebrations right at that time. It's a time of love and joy and happiness and giving presents and eating cookies and office parties and getting drunk, right? And passing out in the snow, That's what Sagittarius, okay, whatever, okay. All right, so on one side, Sagittarius embodies one side of this emotional spectrum, and that's happiness and optimism, all right? Happiness is definitely an emotion. Next, the second reason. Sagittarius is by far and away the most sensitive sign to controlling tendencies, both seen and unseen. Just like the water signs are super intuitive and can be remarkably dialed into the moods and energies that surround them, Sagittarius, right, Sag is a fire sign, they can feel controlling energies when they can feel when the energies begin to seep in, right? They can hear it in your language. They'll recognize it in your actions. Sagittarius can even feel it or radiating from your skin. They're super intuitive to this kind of thing, And, it's not a joke for these guys. And they will often recognize it long before you do. All right, anyways, both of these emotions affect Sagittarius so much that it motivates them to action. Having said all of that, Sagittarius is an uncontrollable fire sign, and they do react quite aggressively to certain emotions. And those emotions are optimistic, benevolent joy on one side and feeling controlled on the other. Right? And that's all emotions. So, God forbid, that's all emotional stuff. God forbid you try and control a Sagittarius physically. Seriously, don't go mental. I would never do that. All right, so that's the action. Number 4, most emotional sign, they're just happy. And that's Sagittarius. All right, next up we have the happiest. All right, Sag is happy, but the next sign on the list is a little happier. They're the most sparkly, always playing. They're one of the most romantic signs of the zodiac. They kind of goof off a lot, right? And they shirk responsibility to have fun, And they're debatably the biggest party animal of the zodiac, and that's number 3, Leo. All right, again, sad isn't the only emotion in the game here. There's happy as well, and as happy and as joyous as Sagittarius gets, Leo actually blows them away at the party game sometimes. Sag is a passport action kind of sign, remember? So forget about hitting the boogie, right? Sagittarius lives in that world. They might not, Sag might not even show up to their own party. Just saying. Anyways, Leo is playful. They're romantic. Leo represents drama and dressing in costumes and romance. All right, I can't keep saying the same old things, right? Okay, let's look at it another way. Leo rules the 5th house, okay? You guys with me? If someone's moon is in the 5th house, that's a super, super romantic cat, all right? Moon in the 5th house is super romantic, super romantic. The 5th house represents children, creativity, playing, and fun. It's not making babies. That's the 8th house, right? In the land of Scorpio, obviously. But the 5th house is where, we, astrologers, look to see when you're going to get pregnant. Seriously, it's kind of neat how it all fits together. All right, Sonny, we get it. Leos like to play. What does it have to do with emotions? All right, seriously. Here we go. Emotional energy flows in 2 directions, inwards and outwards, right? The water signs draw everything inwards. They're always immersed in the ethereal divine energy, or that new agey law of attraction stuff that people used to talk about. And if something happens in the world around them, they can feel it emotionally on the inside. The fire signs move in the opposite directions. They push emotions. You guys see that? Water signs Water signs receive and absorb emotions, and the fire signs push emotions. Yes, water signs can push emotions as well, Just piss off a Scorpio and see what kind of emotions come flying your way. Just saying. But by and large, water is receptive and fire is outwardly aggressive. It's one of the reasons why water signs are psychic and intuitive and fire signs are pushy. Don't believe me? Okay. Who do you think the most pushy signs of the zodiac are? Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, okay? Alright, whatever. Back to Leo. I'm taking a lot of time to explain this today, okay? Because it's important. And emotions are important, and they're dynamic. And it's not really a polarity or like a duality thing. There's a spectrum. There's a range of emotions that go like this. Alright. Alright, okay. Okay, Leo. Okay. Leo wants to be happy. Yes, they want to be the center of attention, but, you know, they just like to shine, right? I've said it a million times. And, you know, unless they have some kind of screwy aspect in their chart, right? Okay? Anyways, Leo, they don't really want to shine for something negative either. Some signs do. They don't care. But Leo, they want to shine for something positive. You know, Leo wants to look good. So Leo's always leading the charge of the fun brigade. Now, keep in mind, Leo's also all about minions, right? Yes, they're often happy by nature, but the real action on Leo and emotions is, quite simply, Leo wants to spread the love, you know? And this is what motivates and inspires them to action. Straight up, Leo wants to spread the love. They want everyone to be happy, and they are an extremely emotionally giving sign. Number 3, Leo. And don't steal their spotlight. They're going to show you the other side of that emotion. Alright, whatever. Next up, number 2 on our list today is fairly easy to spot in a crowd, regardless of their rising sign. You can spot one from the look in their eyes. When they're happy, their eyes sparkle, and when they're sad, their eyes water. But the biggest way to spot one is to watch closely, and you'll see that their eyes become fixed on whatever they're interested in. And that's number 4, Pisces. Alright, obviously, right? Like, you know, did anyone think Pisces wasn't going to make this list? Okay, Pisces simply feels emotional energy constantly. Right? They're always immersed in the ethereal divine, and the harsh world of realities once again causes them physical pain. And just a heads up, a lot of Pisces expect things to get physically rough at times. You know, not all of them, I'm sure not you, okay? But many of them, you know? Whatever. Alright, let's get back to the eye thing. Because the emotions on the list are, okay, whatever, okay. Anyways, Pisces is emotional. They exist and are highly receptive to the emotions around them. So if the world is happy, then Pisces is happy. If the world is sad, Pisces is a highly dynamic sign. So their mood... What am I saying here? Okay. Oh, if the world is sad, then Pisces is going to feel sad, obviously. You know? Oh, alright, so here's what I'm saying. Pisces is a highly dynamic emotional sign, and they do expect the real world to hurt physically. Pisces expects physical pain. And, like, you know, alright, and so, you know, they get a bad rap of being flighty all the time, but the whole real deal that Pisces avoids conflict is, whether they know it or not, or intuitively, or subconsciously, or however you want to play it, they're always feeling this pain, and they don't need to feel any more of it, so they're gone, okay? They're off. Pisces is in search of Pisces stuff, okay? But there's more. Pisces bottle up a lot of their emotions, alright? Seriously. So think about it. You know how emotionally and moody your fish can be at times? Well, there's a lot more going on, and you can always see it in their eyes. You know, Scorpio and Aquarius, there's a ton going on, but they've got serious poker face. You can't always see it, what's going on with them. Anyways, for Pisces though, their eyes will light up when they're happy, and the eyes will droop when they're sad. They really will. And once again, Pisces become fixated on things. Pisces and Scorpio could go toe-to-toe in a staring contest, and Aquarius would just sit there staring at them and win the whole thing. Anyways, number 2 most emotional sign, very easy. And you can tell it by the mood in their eyes. Pisces. Alright, here we go, number 1. There are 2 guys left on the list who could make number 1 and take this list straight up. So, who do you think it is? The mental hothead rage freak, right? You know, who says hello with an insult? Or the curvy, sexy nurturer whose every move flutters my heart? You know, in ways astrology just can't explain. Good question, Sonny. We picked the rage machine! We picked the rage machine! Seriously? Come on. Okay. We all know it's our sexy little crab, right? Okay, that we love and adore. And I hope everyone begins to get the message. Logic and facts are fine, but they're only as true as the spectrum of your comprehension, right? All right, which means if you think the world is flat, then the world's flat, right? And there's nothing that we can do to change your mind because that's what your facts say they are. But it still doesn't make it true. And likewise, intellectual ideas without physical efforts are just wasted dreams. And there's more to it. Emotions are a very real concentration of motivational energy that can physically affect and inspire in just a real way as anything else, So, why am I harping on this? Okay, well, emotions are something that many people like to downplay, right? But it's just as powerful and effective as anything else, and you shouldn't disrespect them, okay? And you should definitely not disrespect a sexy little crab, just because, okay, well, whatever, okay. Let's get back to our emotional little crab. Okay, Cancer is ruled by the moon, right? And in astrology, that is your emotional state and what you back, all right? Or what you lend your emotional support to. And Cancer is the sign that represents your nurturing energies. The fourth house that Cancer rules is the house of family, and it represents your mother, the person or the energy that takes care of you. It's your emotional support and it's your home. And it's this part of the chart, right? It's extremely important to have this part of your chart settled so that you can advance and get out there and take on other areas of your life. And Cancer rules all of this. Yeah, she's there physically to take care of your unspoken needs, but I like random hugs, and I like little time out for love breaks. I like that stuff. I like dry towels, But one of Cancer's greatest gifts is the love and emotional support that she constantly fills you with, so that you have the gas to get out there and take on the world. She's not going to do it for you. But she is going to help you do it for yourself. And if you've ever reached the end of your rope and you're wondering how you possibly ever could, going to take that leap of faith necessary to get you back in the game, it's Cancer's emotional love that's going to give you the strength to let go of the BS and to once again take a chance on yourself. That's where the energy in the chart comes from, okay? It's right there. All right, okay, what else? Cancer is also represented by the crab, which spends half the time in water and half the time on land. So they're always oscillating between the ethereal energy and the physical world. But they're also cardinal energy, so they're constantly going back and forth. And it's how they physically move, right, Cancer? Okay? Like, you think a Libra or a Gemini takes a long time to make up their mind? Like, seriously. Cancer knows what she wants. She can feel it even if she doesn't see it. But there's only one of her, right? And she has to manage both the conscious and subconscious reality simultaneously. And that means going back and forth and juggling everything to carry both hidden dreams and physical manifestations forward into the beautiful new day for all of us. And moving back and forth is a lot of work, and whether you realize it or not, it can cause a lot of physical pain. So keep that in mind the next time you attack your little crab for being emotional. She knows things factually that you will never experience, and she knows it because she can feel it, even if you can't. And I'll say that again. Cancer exists both in the physical and the ethereal. Pisces is always in the ethereal, right? And Scorpio, they fly above. They're the eagle that's going cruising away and looking down, and they swoop, and they're like emotional. They're on the wings of emotions, right? The emotions lift them up, okay? Okay, what else? Enough. Fine. Nobody cares. Okay. Sure, emotions can overwhelm her, right? Emotions will overwhelm your Cancer and she'll cry. But it's not just because you're sad. And again, I can't say it enough time. When the emotions overload her, she's hurting physically. So leave her alone, right? Just because you don't understand, it doesn't mean that you have license to put them down. And, alright, whatever. Anyways, Cancer just wants to bake cookies, right? With little hearts to show she cares and appreciates you. So stop picking on her. Emotions are important, and Cancer is by far and away the most emotional sign of the zodiac. Number one, easy peasy. Cancer. Okay, this is hands down. And I absolutely love and adore Cancer. Alright. And that's the action. Our most emotional signs. It was hard to rank this list, I gotta say, but it's kind of easy. We all know who was going to be on here and who wasn't going to be on here. And That's just the way it is. Emotions are represented by water, okay? In astrology and in the tarot. Fire is outward expression of emotional joy and stuff. Fire is action, you know? Water is feeling, fire is action. And that's the two things that make up emotions. Seriously. Anyways, there's a lot more to this, you know? I wrote so many pages about this in the blah, 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 and I had to chop it all off, you know? Whatever. Anyways, I think you guys get the point. Emotions are important, and, you know, we'll all move forward together. And that's the action. With that, thanks for dropping by, everyone, and hanging out, you know, and of course, you know, thanks for all the support, you know, from the PayPal stuff and the Patreon stuff. I appreciate all the support, and I hope you like it. You can see I'm a little scattered in this one today. I wrote so much, and I had to edit so much out of it. But emotions are so important. So often it's downplayed. But like some of these signs feel it physically, and some of the signs these guys are highly motivated by emotional energy. And there's some, you know, we understand the water sign thing. Everybody gets that. Water signs are emotional, you know. But there's the other side of the spectrum as well. And that's the fire sign side of things. And I thought it was important to bring it to life. To light. Alright. I bring it to life like this. Voodoo. Okay, whatever. Anyways, that's the action, guys. I hope everyone learned a little bit today. And that's it. From thesunnyside.net, I'm Sunny, wishing everyone the absolute best of a beautiful week. Go ahead and leave your comments in the description box below, in the comment section below. And wishing everyone the best. And I'll see you soon.